Hey guys, I am back working in my October album today, just flicking through, getting to the point where I stopped working last time. I have sort of pre-printed all of my photos, even if I'm not working in the album, and just kind of place them in where I think they're going to go, and that way that's one less thing for me to do. I can just sit down and have some fun crafting. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I've got my little photo here of Jack, my nephew Jack. He gets a monthly photo taken, and my sister Tracy indulged me this month and popped him in a little pumpkin costume. This was a costume I think I got him last year, and it was far too big for him last year, and it only just fits this year. So I've got one little photo of him in his little pumpkin costume. It did take up most of that 4x4 photo, so I decided that what I would do is just trim around the outside of the actual chair that he's sitting in. It was a really easy sort of shape to fussy cut, and I'm going to back it with one of these die cuts with a view Booyah papers. I just couldn't quite decide which one. I love this kind of spidery web one. The spider webs are actually glittery. But it kind of felt a little bit too dark, so I decided I would pick out a couple of these Hey Pumpkin printables, like little printable embellishments, and see what actually worked best with some of the things that I'm actually going to be decorating the photo with. And in the end, I decided to go with this little bit more subtle pattern. It's got all sorts of little scary shapes in there, but it does kind of just fade into the background a little bit more, which I loved. Now I want to put a 3x4 card with this, and I pulled out a printable from In a Creative Bubble, and you can see there I did actually pull out a second 3x4 card, the Pure Magic one up there, because as I was looking through it I thought, well, that works perfectly with my sunrise photo there. So I pulled both of those out, and I'm going to just work on one at a time. I stuck down my cutout photo, and I'm just going to add these two little die cut pieces. The boo I am going to stick just straight down onto my photo, and the little banner says "You're the pumpkin to my spice," and I'm just going to pop that up on a few little foam squares. These are the foam squares from scrapbook.com, and I don't love them, I'll be honest. They're super soft, which is one good thing, but the backing papers are so hard to pull off them. Now I want to kind of jazz it up a little bit. That's the whole fun of this album for me, is all these like extra little glammy details. So I'm going to add a few little gemmies in here. I don't have many of those light black and orange ones left, so I'm being a tiny bit stingy with them. But I'm going to add 3 on my photo, and then I did just pop away and type up my journaling on the journaling card. I did remember to do that before I started adding the gemstones. And I've mentioned before, this album's definitely not in any way sort of a daily thing, but this photo here was obviously taken on a specific day, so I did actually date stamp it down the bottom where it said it needed a date in there. I thought there was no harm in popping the date of the actual photo. Now to tie that card in with my photo, I did add a couple of those gems to the top there, the orange one where the O goes, and then just to trim down my page protector to 3x4, obviously it's a 4x4 album I'm working in, I put the card in the page protector, pushed it across to the side, and then ran that through my sewing machine. I used just black thread. I don't mind that you could see it. You could definitely use a fuse tool, but I'm not heating anything up today. I just want to use what I've already got on hand, which is my sewing machine. So I just stitched a line and then trimmed that down with my paper trimmer. And I've used this, used that technique a lot in this album, and I really like the kind of texture it gives it. So this sunrise photo was in no way sort of totally spooky, no different to normal. I just thought when I took it, when I saw it that morning, it just looked so perfectly Halloween-y, like the silhouetted trees and I'll be honest, in real life, it was a lot more orange than this is, than my photo printed out, so that did seem a little bit more kind of Halloween-y at that point, but I still love the colours in it. I mean, it wouldn't really be an album of mine if it didn't have a sunrise photo in it, so I printed that out full size, so that's 5 inches by 4¼ and then you can see my little 3x4 card is going to go on the left hand side of that. So once again I ran that through my typewriter before I added a little label and one of those clear stickers to the bottom there. Now, on my actual sunrise photo, I did want to add a little bit of embellishment, and I've got these few little puffy stickers left and a few of these Hey Pumpkin stickers, so I'm just going to add a few little bits and pieces up here. And in the end, I decided to go with I've got a little ghost puffy sticker and a moon that's just an iridescent sticker, and then I'm going to add a little puffy star up here too. I was sort of debating whether to add a third ghost or not. And then I just took this over to my sewing machine and stitched a few lines so it looked like they're kind of hanging down, I don't know, maybe on like cobwebs. I just loved the texture of it. I did struggle a little bit more with that one because my sewing machine does not love stitching directly onto photo paper, so the stitching is a little bit messy. And just to kind of enhance that kind of starry lookingness, I am adding a few more of these itty bitty tiny little gems. They're from Rosie Studios, and I'm going to add one little clear sticker word over there. Now I went to put my card back in the pocket, and then I decided, no, I'm going to tie it in a little bit more. So I'm going to add some of those same gems to just a few places on the actual card. It gives it a little bit more color. So the card's got the blue, and I'm adding a few of these little purple gems in. So it just ties all those colors together, ties the 3x4 card into that main photo. Then I can pop that into the pocket, which to be honest I did struggle with. I know it fits though, so I got it in there. And that is my 2 pages for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are having a brilliant October, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.